Here on my YZ450FX, and I know you can't really tell because it's YouTube and there's point of view cameras and whatever, but this is a fairly steep downhill, and I noticed the bike will wheelie downhill. It wheelies going, I don't know that I've ever had a bike that was like, because I just punched it back there and I wheelied, and I'm like, I am wheeling downhill. Okay, this is the driest place I could find, and it's not dry. You'll see I'm going to be going slow because we got slick mud. I've got the most expensive boot I can find. This is an Alpine Tech 10 vented boot, and then the cheapest boot I can find. This is an ARC boot. So this boot's about $100, $110. This boot is about $600, $700. I can't remember, 7. And I'm on a brand new YZ450FX. This is a sweepstake bike for March. If you wait till March, go to my website, you'll be able to win this thing in March. But here's what I can tell you so far on the bike. Suspension is bloody stiff. So I've already, oh yes, that's muddy, soupy. I've already softened the front fork as much as I can soften it. I did that after about 5 minutes of riding the bike. Took the clickers all the way out. And that's probably where I'll run the bike for the entirety of me owning this, is with these clickers all the way out. I don't have it long enough for me to revalve it, I don't believe. I did the same, oh shoot, that was almost me going down. You can't really tell, but this is, some of those things are slicker than snot. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, just stiff suspension. The other thing, and part of it is because I can't really open it up yet, but man, I've tried, I don't know which 2 maps I have on this, I can't remember, but both of these maps are freaking torquey, and it's honestly a little bit too much. Like, it's funny because I had the Honda, the CRF 450RX Honda last year at the same time, and I brought it out here at the same time. Now the conditions were a little better that day. Wasn't as slick, but this has got me, it's so freaking torquey. It's like my wrist is tired in just a few minutes. Fatigue more than I think it should be of just trying to control the freaking power. I've tried both of the maps that are loaded into the ECU. I think I like, I'm not sure which one I like better, and I'll have to look. I'm going to go to that other map. That's the map switch. Jeez. It's fire. Taking some stink off because the ground is frozen. It's either frozen by the snow or it's wet and soupy like that, and that is slick. But yeah, I mean, for this stuff, it's not open enough for you to, I think it'd be in the open desert, this motor would be a blast. This is not the open desert. This is just, you know, some, oh, slick, just some single track. But it's like, it's too much. And I haven't ridden for a long time, so, you know, like my low back is feeling it or whatever. I've been doing a lot of strength training, but there's nothing, and that's gotten me a lot stronger. I've gained a bunch of weight and muscle, but there's bike fitness, and then there's, you know, other fitness. My bike fitness isn't super great, but I can tell that I'm just having a harder time controlling the throttle because it's like, it's so dang touchy, if you know what I mean. You know, like just twitchy. very, very twitchy on that throttle. You give a teeny little input and the bike's like lunging. Roar, roar, roar. Hard to describe it. It's just, it's a little bit too much power for my liking. Be interesting to get a Honda back to back with it. I mean, Yamaha the last few years, they've been kind of known for having the most power, especially like on their 250s, especially like in the racing world. They have a crap ton of power, and this bike is, I've never had a 450 that had this much power. Now, I haven't had a Yamaha 450 since 2014, so this is, you know, like 9 model years newer. But it's freaking fire breathing, man. It appears that I might have found a little bit of dry dirt here for a couple blocks. So, just going through some turns here. Yeah, the hardest part about it is keeping the front wheel on the ground on this 450. It's this is definitely more motor than I probably want. I think on a section of trail like this, I'd rather be on a 250. We're just changing direction so much, and then makes the 450 makes the bike feel sluggish and heavy with the big motor, and then you hit the gas and it just wants to stand up. Yeah, that's a lot of bike. Now the bike is very planted. She can move.